the #1 causes for the need to have a liver transplant. Fatty liver.
Skinny person with a skinny tube, inflammatory fat leaks inflammation out.
Half your existence, half your day in metabolism mode, burn that fat away. Burn that fat up.
Fires up, kind of like a space heater. Click, 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 whoosh. Good fat versus bad fat. Brown fat is wafer thin.
Extend your natural intermittent fasting window. Take only 50% of what you would normally load onto the plate.
Beans cause satiety. Soak them overnight, you'll actually fart less.
Welcome back to Health Wisdom, your host bringing you cutting-edge health insights. Today, we're diving deep with Dr. William Li, renowned physician and New York Times bestselling author. What you're about to learn could literally save your liver and your life. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell because this information is pure gold. Did you know your liver processes over 500 different functions? But there's one silent killer that's shutting it down in millions of people worldwide. Dr. Li reveals the shocking truth.
Fatty liver is the #1 causes for the need to have a liver transplant in the United States.
When you overload the liver with fat, now the liver can't detoxify. These fat stem cells can actually make more fat. It's also not going to make the right kinds of proteins. The proteins you need to clot your blood. And you could be a skinny person and you can still build extra body fat if you overconsume. Brown fat is activated. So this is actually a way to turn on good fat to burn down bad fat.
You just want to burn that fat away. Burn that fat up.
Here's what's absolutely mind-blowing. Your liver can regenerate up to 75% of itself, making it the only organ with this superhuman ability. But fatty liver disease is like kryptonite to this regeneration superpower. The good news, Dr. Li has a simple home remedy that doesn't require a single prescription.
In order to be able to reverse fatty liver disease so you can get back to detox, you want to burn it off. Here's a couple of things that you can do at home without the help of the medical system. The first thing you want to do is extend your natural intermittent fasting window. Is a period where your body starts to burn down body fat. When you're sleeping, you're not eating. Your body's burning down body fat. If you have a fatty liver, while you're sleeping, you'll actually start burning fat away from your liver as well. You're taking those steps to reverse fatty liver disease.
Ancient cultures called sleep the little death, and they were onto something profound. While you're unconscious, your body becomes a fat-burning furnace. But here's the twist. Most people never realize about this nightly transformation.
You want to extend the period of fat burning time. Let's say that you sleep 8 hours a day. You're getting the enough sleep in your body to be able to restore your gut microbiome, flush the toxins from your brain. You're able to rebuild your immune system while you're sleeping. When you're sleeping and you're fasting intermittently, you're burning fat from your liver.
Time manipulation isn't science fiction. It's happening in your body right now. By simply shifting when you eat, you're literally controlling your cellular clocks. Japanese researchers discovered that meal timing can reprogram your genes. Here's how to hack your biology.
So what you want to do is extend the time on both sides of the night to get a little bit more fat burning if you want to reverse fatty liver. So let me tell you how to actually do that. You don't eat anything after dinner. Your body will quickly recognize that you're not eating anymore. That's 3 hours. Now you're going to add that to the 8 hours. That's 11 hours. Then if you don't eat anything after you get up in the morning, let's say for an hour, you're going to extend your intermittent fasting window 3 hours plus 8 hours. It's 11 hours plus 1 more hour. That's 12 hours. You've spent half your existence, half your day in metabolism mode where you're burning down extra body fat. Give your body more window to be able to burn down that extra body fat.
In Silicon Valley, tech executives are skipping breakfast and calling it biological optimization. Sounds fancy, but there's ancient wisdom here. Roman gladiators ate only once a day and were the ultimate athletes of their time. Dr. Li explains the modern science behind this ancient practice.
If you want to actually push it even further, skip breakfast and don't eat until lunchtime. Now you're actually going to extend it, add another 4 hours to it. Now you've actually fasted for 16 hours. A lot of people skip breakfast. I skip breakfast pretty often. Now, if you've got fatty liver, it might be worthwhile for you to try doing that at least a few times a week. It will burn fat.
Paradox alert, the hungrier you get, the more likely you are to make the exact mistake that created your fatty liver in the first place. It's like your brain has a built-in self-destruct button, but there's a simple psychological trick that can override this dangerous impulse.
Don't overeat when you finally sit down. You're going to be hungry. Remember, fatty liver can result from overeating. So you got to have enough discipline that when you finally sit down to eat, you do not overeat. Take only 50% of what you would normally load onto the plate and eat slowly. You'll be able to savor the flavors, and it'll actually give you time to allow your stomach to signal to your brain, and it's time to slow down your appetite. You won't overload your body and make the fatty liver problem even worse. Pro tip for you, expand your fasting window, natural fasting window, to burn down harmful body fat.
Your ancestors walked an average of 12 miles per day just to survive. Today, the average person walks less than half a mile. This isn't just about fitness. It's about activating cellular machinery that's been dormant in most modern humans. Even gentle movement triggers surprising metabolic switches.
And if you have fatty liver, take this really, really seriously. Get on your feet and exercise. Go for it. Go by yourself. You can join a gym, join an exercise group, or maybe consider hiring a trainer and get a program going that you can actually stick with. You should take the approach that any kind of physical activity, anything that you do to stay in motion, will actually help burn calories. If you're not an exerciser and you've got fatty liver, take a brisk walk every single day, twice a day. Do it once in the morning, walk for half an hour briskly, where you're really getting your heart rate up. Do it for 30 minutes. You're going to be burning down some of that extra harmful body fat.
What if I told you that you have a secret weapon hiding in your body that works like an internal space heater, burning fat 24/7? Most people have no idea this special fat even exists. It's been called nature's furnace. Dr. Lee reveals how to activate it with something you probably have in your kitchen right now.
Brown fat is kind of special kind of fat in your body. It's good fat. And green tea will activate, the EGCG will activate the brown fat, fires up, kind of like a space heater. It's going to require energy to create heat. Thermogenesis is creating heat. That energy that brown fat uses is drawn from excess body fat, like visceral fat. So this is actually a way to turn on good fat to burn down bad fat. And it's a way of actually lowering overall excess harmful body fat in your body. And it's burning down the fuel from your excess white fat. That's bad fat. Good fat versus bad fat. This has been studied in the laboratory, and green tea and EGCG can actually have that effect on brown fat. It works in the clinic. It works in real people.
Iran might seem like an unlikely place for groundbreaking metabolism research, but this Middle Eastern study cracked the code on something Western medicine had been struggling with for decades. The results were so impressive. Research labs worldwide started replicating the protocol.
The studies in Iran have looked at 70 women who are coming from a diabetes clinic, and they have metabolic syndrome on your way towards badness due to excess body fat and problems with your metabolism. What are the signs you have metabolic syndrome? High blood pressure, high blood cholesterol, high lipids, high blood sugar, and a large waist circumference. Whether you're a big person or a skinny person, your body and cross-section is a tube, and there's fat that grows in the middle of there. That's the fat inside the viscera of your guts. That's why waist circumference is actually a marker of how much harmful body fat you might actually have.
2 pounds and an inch off your waist might not sound dramatic, but here's what those numbers really represent. Your body literally transformed at the cellular level. The metabolic cascade that created these changes affects every organ system. The real magic happens when Dr. Lee explains the click-click-whoosh effect.
So this study gave the women 7 ounces of green tea. They drink 3 times a day for 8 weeks. And there's another placebo group that just got lukewarm water. And at the end of 8 weeks, the tea drinkers lost 2 pounds, and they also shrank their waist circumference by almost an inch. Click, 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 whoosh. Green tea activates the brown fat. The brown fat burns away the fat. Your waist circumference shrinks. This is the kind of thing that you can actually use to unburden body fat in your liver. The women who had green tea also had lower blood pressure. They had better fasting glucose, and they had better blood cholesterol. These are all helpful signs that you're losing excess body fat and having a better metabolism. If you're battling with a fatty liver, you want to actually turn away from it. This is the kind of thing that you actually want to do, lose some excess body fat.
Tehran University just validated what ancient Persian healers knew 1,000 years ago, but with a modern twist that amplifies the effects. This follow-up study reveals why consistency creates exponential results, not just linear improvements.
There was a similar study from Tehran University of Medical Sciences. They looked at 63 men and women, and they were overweight. had type 2 diabetes. And the study found that if you gave them 4 cups of green tea per day over 2 months, they lost 3 pounds of weight. They also lost almost 2 inches of their waist circumference.
Plot twist. Some of the sickest metabolic patients researchers have studied were fashion models and marathon runners. Being thin doesn't equal being healthy. There's a hidden fat that even skinny people can accumulate, and it's more dangerous than the fat you can see in the mirror.
You could be a skinny person, and you can still build extra body fat if you overconsume. Increased visceral fat, it comes from, in part, overconsumption of calories is very dangerous because as this fat grows up, that fat becomes inflammatory because it outgrows its blood supply. And now the center of the fat becomes hypoxic, doesn't get enough oxygen. So overgrown fat is kind of like a tumor. And then the fat becomes inflammatory. Inflammatory visceral body fat has been tied to over a dozen types of cancer. If you did a DEXA scan, you could measure it inside the tube of your body. And you can see the kind of visceral fat there. When you overload your body fat, your adipose tissue, from overconsumption will start to leak. It gets into your bloodstream. It goes right to your liver.
Your liver is essentially your body's chemical processing plant, handling over 200,000 chemical reactions daily. When it gets clogged with fat, it's like throwing sand in the gears of a Swiss watch. The domino effect that follows affects systems you'd never expect.
Liver becomes fatty. That's not what you want. Very harmful body fat that sets you up from all kinds of chronic disease. Your liver is overloaded and can't do its job. The liver's job is to detoxify your body. It is so full of fat, it cannot properly detoxify your body. Medications, toxins, regular metabolites are not going to get cleared out and processed by the liver in the way it should. Now your detoxifying organ can't do its job as well. That's bad. It's not that we just can't eat enough healthy food. It's actually that we eat overall too much of anything. Overconsumption of calories of any type can set you up for fatty liver disease.
Ancient Aztecs called them the musical fruit, but modern science reveals beans are metabolic medicine in disguise. The specific type of fiber in beans triggers a gut-brain signal that most people have never heard of, but it might be the key to everything Dr. Lee just described.
Beans. White beans, black beans, kidney beans, fava beans, lentils, garbanzo beans, chickpeas are useful for fighting excess body fat. They've got really good dietary fiber. They feed your gut microbiome and they ramp up your body's fat burning activity. The other thing is that beans are good sources of protein. You're getting the protein and burning the extra body fat. At the University of Toronto, the researchers recruited adults who were overweight and they gave them 5 cups of canned white beans every week to eat for a month. They did body measurements. After 1 month, the bean eaters had a 1-inch reduction in their waist circumference. And that is a reflection of losing excess body fat, visceral fat, the harmful fat, the stuff that's inflamed.
Toronto researchers stumbled onto something remarkable, a single food that shrinks your waistline in just 30 days. But the real breakthrough isn't just the weight loss. It's what's happening to the dangerous fat you can't see.
Lentils, it's got really great dietary fiber. Dietary fiber helps to process the lipids in your blood as well. A whole cup of lentils gives you everything that you need for a day. If you're thinking about dietary fiber for better gut health, that can actually help to rev up your metabolism, lower inflammation, and help you burn off harmful body fat. Here's a way to do it.
1 cup holds the daily fiber equivalent of what our great-grandparents ate in an entire week. But there's a preparation secret that transforms these nutritional powerhouses from good to extraordinary. It's all about what you do the night before.
Pro tip for you, if you're actually using beans or lentils, soak them overnight. If you're buying them dry, you can store them for a long time. When you soak them overnight, there's some substance called phytates. Throw that water away, rinse them off a little bit more. You've actually removed some of the phytates. You've got fatty liver. Phytate is a toxin that your body would normally metabolize. Totally fine for a normal person, but if you're actually facing fatty liver disease, you want to try to get rid of those phytates. So soak them overnight.
The ancient wisdom of soaking beans wasn't just about digestion. It was about removing natural plant toxins that healthy livers handle easily, but struggling livers cannot. This simple overnight ritual could be the difference between healing and continued damage.
The other little tip of soaking overnight, that you'll actually fart less. You'll actually make less gas. The other benefit of beans is that beans cause satiety. The dietary fiber in your stomach will make you feel full. You're not going to be as likely to overeat if you're having a meal with beans. You are less likely to overeat on your next meal as well. This whole issue of fatty liver, one of the primary causes is overconsumption of food, overconsumption of calories. Beans actually helps you burn away some of the bad fat, helps your gut get healthier, lowers inflammation, and is a way of keeping you from overeating calories all by itself.
The beauty of Dr. Lee's approach is its simplicity. You don't need expensive supplements, complicated meal plans, or gym memberships, just strategic eating windows, gentle movement, green tea, and the humble bean. Your liver's regeneration superpowers are waiting to be unleashed. If this information could help someone you care about, please share this video, hit that like button if you learned something new. Subscribe for more life-changing health wisdom, and remember, your body has incredible healing abilities when you give it the right tools. Until next time, stay healthy, stay informed, and keep transforming your life from the inside out.